guys, it's Elena, and this week's video is going to be something just slightly different. I haven't done one of these in a long time, and so I'm going to be bringing back my series, The Survival of the Not So Fittest, and today's video is going to be surviving school, but I'm focusing mainly just on like new students, kind of like a freshman feel, just because I am a freshman. If you're a freshman, you likely will enjoy this video, so continue to watch and let's get started. So one of the first things that I want to discuss about being like a freshman, new student, just a school advice kind of thing, is that I know for myself, like going into high school, I was a new student because I was going to a high school that was like out of my middle school district. Only 4 of my friends from my middle school were going to my high school, and there's 700 kids at my school, and that's just freshmen, and so there's like hardly any chance that I see any of them. I'm not gonna lie, the first week was absolutely terrible. I mean, brutal. So if you're about to be a new student, or you are a new student and you haven't got through the first like really bad week, let me just promise you, and please believe me, it gets so much better. Oh my gosh, like I honestly thought I'd hit like rock bottom and that nothing was gonna help me, and that high school was just gonna be the worst experience ever, and it wasn't anything like anybody had promised me. But I swear to you, just give it 2 weeks tops and you will start loving school as much as I do. I mean, even kids who have been going to school together since pre-K are nervous. I mean, it is high school. Everything's different. The work is harder. They expect a lot more of you. Everybody's classes are spread out. So I thought I was the only one that was nervous because I was a new student, but that's not true. Other kids around you are just as nervous as you. Know, you have to put yourself out there. So that is all I have to say about that. Now, moving on to the next thing that I wanted to talk about is talking to people. Now, this is a huge thing in high school because everybody changes over that summer between 8th grade and 9th. It happens, but a lot of us, we grow up in that year, and you might find that people who were your best friends aren't the same person anymore. And so we come to the point where you have to make new friends, and you have to like put yourself out there for that. Now, I'm a person who's like really loved clubs, and I did track in middle school, and so I was really involved with that, but this year I've decided not to, just because I need to focus more on my school and still having time to do things outside of school. But I swear to you that if you join a club, join a sport, anything like that, it will definitely help you make friends, because here's 20-30 people that like the exact same things that you do. You have something in common already, and so just start talking with that, and before you know it, you'll realize this person is literally the same person as you, and you already made a new best friend, and it's only like a month into school. And that's one of the things that our parents actually were right about, because I mean, honestly, how many people's parents have told them, oh, join some clubs when school starts? Like that was my parents, and even though I haven't, I swear that it definitely helps out. So as I mentioned earlier, I didn't join any clubs this year, and I don't plan on joining any clubs as the year progresses, because I'm just wanting to focus on my schoolwork. Because sorry to any of you 8th graders watching this, but I have to let you guys know the homework is a lot harder. There's like, I know at my school that all of our homework is just a completion grade, where you just bring it in, you have it done, that's what you get. And I know that sounds super awesome, and most of the time it is, but I'm a type of person that I'm a hardcore procrastinator, and I'll be doing my homework in study hall like an hour before the class starts. And before you know it, your study hall is running thin, and you don't have any more time, and you have 2 other classes of homework that you need to finish before the class starts. And then it just kind of comes to the point where you're like, well, I'm gonna get a 0 because I didn't finish the entire page. Something that I always relied on in middle school was that the fact you just need a couple points taken off for not finishing the last 3 questions. But that's not how it is in high school. Now, I can't speak for all of them, because I mean, I obviously have only been to 1, but that's just how mine is, so I'm just speaking from experience. You definitely need to be more focused. Like, there is just no being lazy now, because these grades are like the most important grades you have your entire life until you get to like college, because these grades help you get into college, help you decide what your future is going to be later on. No slacking, there's no being lazy anymore. I mean, you should see my lit textbook. I mean, it's just covered in post-it notes, because it helps, honestly. In my bio notes, I always write my notes in pen, because it sticks out to me a lot more rather than just writing in pen. So you just have to find little things like that. And then when it comes to studying, I love flashcards. Like, there's no stopping, otherwise you're gonna fail. So that escalated so quickly, but I that's just how it is. I mean, honestly. And like Tess. So I'm gonna rewind it all the way back to the beginning when I was talking about friends, and we're going to talk about relationships, because relationships can be a very big part of your school career. Now, you guys know, if you follow me on Instagram, really on anything, that I have a boyfriend, and so I can definitely give you good advice about this because I have experience now. So the thing about relationships, I'll get to friends in a little bit, but they're amazing, they're great. I know we all love having them. If you have one, you go girl/guy, because I know it's awesome. As my grandma told me when I told her I had a boyfriend, well, you know, school comes first. And I was like, yes, Granny, I know, like, I got this. And you just have to keep that in mind. Like, no matter how much you love this person, how long you've been with them, how much they might mean to you, your school is extremely important. Now, I'm not asking you to like be like, we can never hang out because I have to study for da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, no, I understand, like, we all need to make time for that special person, but school is extremely important, because I mean, that's what gets you anywhere in life later on. I mean, unless you guys want to work at McDonald's, flipping burgers, or saying, you want fries with that? Like, I mean, that's up to you guys. If that's what your calling is, you know, you go, you do that, be you. But for me, I know that's not where I want to end up later on. And school is extremely important in getting anywhere, because I've just read so many articles in school about these colleges and how much like stricter they're getting. And I mean, college is expensive, and you want to get scholarships, and you don't get scholarships unless you're good in school. And you don't want to ruin that by getting in a relationship that's going to take up all your time. Like, you need to study for tests, you need to do your homework, and you don't want to be sitting there thinking about them all through class. Now, I know my mind slips sometimes, and maybe I might miss the first page and a half notes because I was thinking about Nicholas, but every once in a while, it's okay, I get it, it happens. But don't let that turn into the whole 55 minutes you're thinking about what you're going to be doing this weekend. Moving on to friends, I've always been a big believer in having friends that better you. Like, why would you want to be friends with somebody that brought you down or made you do things that you didn't want to do? And that can become extremely important, especially in high school, because I mean, we're faced with a lot more things than we were in middle school or elementary school. Drugs, alcohol, sex, like all those things. I mean, they get more prominent when you get in high school, and you don't want to end up being friends with somebody that when you go to that party and they're just like forcing everything on you, and then pictures get posted on Facebook and your coach sees them and they kick you off the team, or your school finds out and you're underage. And I mean, like, all these bad things can come from that just because you allowed your friend to make you do something, and that person is not a friend if they made you do it, because friends understand when you don't want to do something. Okay, so one of the last things that I want to bring up about school, high school especially, middle school, whatever you happen to be in, is bullying. Because, well, maybe not just bullying, but just like the bad sides of everything. And it's going to focus mainly on like the people at school. I know, like, at my school, we actually have these posters that hang up like in the bathroom and down the hallways that like there's this one of this girl in the mirror, and it's like all loser, ugly, or all scribbled across it, and in the top it says like in big letters like, you are beautiful. And even though that's cheesy as heck, I mean, that's a really nice poster that they have up. And I mean, I know that, I don't know, it just seems nice having something like that, because they didn't have things like that in my middle school. I'm glad that they're actually like making that, like, yeah, that does happen, like, let's make that known, like, come on. Honestly, like, just don't let it get to you, like, just to be like straight to the point. Honestly, doesn't matter, because all these girls that are telling you that you're ugly, or all these guys are telling you that you're gay, or whatever the case happens to be for you, let me just 4 years from now, you're never gonna see that person again. They're gonna be gone, you're gonna be all to separate places, and you could probably never cross paths ever again. Just words, that's all they are. Just 2, 3, whatever amount of letters just thrown together with hate in their tone. Like, why let it bother you? Because I don't let it bother me anymore, because I can tell you that that kind of thing always bothered me. Always constantly worried what everybody thought of me, and but honestly, like, the only people that you should care about wondering what you think are the people that you care about, the people that are actually in your life. And honestly, if we could all just stop saying that anyways, no person would ever have this problem. It's literally a cycle. You say one bad thing, that person turns to say something bad about that person comes back and says something bad about you. Like, you started it, and now it's not gonna stop. And that also goes along with relationships and just girls that want to butt in, guys that want to butt in, exes, all that kind of stuff. Like, don't let it bother you. You're in the relationship. It's yours. Don't let it come in between that. Yeah. Okay guys, well I think that's all that I have for you for school advice. I really hope this somehow helped any of you guys. That's one of my things I love doing, is just helping anybody by giving them advice. So if you guys have any more things that you want advice on, you can comment them down below and I will get back to you on what I think you should do. Yeah, so like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you next week in another video. Don't forget to comment if you have any other questions. If you have any video ideas, please let me know. Like, comment them down below. I would love that, because sometimes it honestly takes me a while to think about videos to do for you guys. So comment if you have any ideas that you'd love to see me do. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you already are not subscribed. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter and all those cool links that'll be down here in the description. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. So bye.